It's one of the most powerful forces in our lives. Design inspires, energizes, and transforms us. And at its best, it moves us. As for the design of our homes, well, if 2020 taught us anything, it's that there's almost nothing meaningful. Great buildings are like great people. They're inviting. They're warm. They make you feel welcome. They have style. In order to have an impressive building, you have to begin with remarkable people, because it is individuals who design, shape, and craft our homes. The architects, interior designers, landscape architects, and builders make our spaces exceptional. And at Luxe, we trumpet their work. We photograph it, edit it, publish it, put it on a cover, and make it shine. So let's do what we love to do. Celebrate the people who make design happen. But first... Hi, I'm Pam Giacarino, and you know us editors, we always have some questions.
Good light to read by.
Something unexpected and a personal touch.
A great pair of chairs.
Views to nature.
Flowers and music.
Soul.
Art that activates your spirit.
Eye-catching wallpaper.
Great pillows.
Natural light.
Soul and story.
Soaking tub.
A fabulous kitchen.
Laughter.
Quality hardware.
Something handmade.
A home office.
A pet.
Sexy bedroom.
Albert Hadley.
Zaha Hadid.
Michael Taylor.
Albert Hadley.
Pete Boone.
Frank Lloyd Wright.
Florence Broadhurst.
Frank Gehry. Dunny Williams.
Faye Toogood.
Eero Saarinen.
Charlotte Perrier.
Every single shaker that has ever lived.
Elsie DeWolf.
Lawrence Halprin.
Mexican architect Luis Barragan.
Billy Baldwin.
Dorothy Draper.
Wallpaper, hands down.
Muriel Brandolini wall covering.
Vintage rugs.
Alpaca rug.
An Hermes throw.
Great stove and a hood.
A chic bar cart.
Fun mirrors.
Lighting, of course.
Antique lighting.
French and English antiques.
Art. Exotic indoor plants.
Great framing and Aesop sew.
A garden water feature.
Hoshizaki pellet ice machine.
Really nice turntable.
Yellow pillows that matches yellow fur.
My lap.
Anne's lab.
Under the table.
Bathtub.
The pillow next to mine.
Wherever his daddy is.
Above the cabinets.
The corner window of my living room.
The bed, just like me.
Wherever my wife is.
Underfoot.
Front picture window.
I don't have pets. Picture window.
A fishbowl.
Front of the fireplace.
On my lap. Caramel and cream. Soft green and warm gray.
Anything with pink.
Greens and browns.
Ben Moore's foxy brown and rocking chair.
Black and white.
Olive and rosy red.
Earth tones.
Navy and light blue.
Black and tan.
Celadon and cream.
Benjamin Moore Simply White and Benjamin Moore Calm.
Navy and fuchsia.
Black and white.
Neutrals with eucalyptus blue.
Whatever works with what's outside my window.
Payne's gray with anything.
Orange and pink.
Pumpkin yellow and white.
Blues and whites.
Deconstructivism.
17th century France.
Now.
Groovy 70s.
Mid-century modern.
1990s minimalism.
Bauhaus.
Georgian England. I really like where we're at right now.
Whatever's next.
Art Deco, the 1950s.
Gothic period.
America 1920s.
1880 to 1914.
Art Deco.
70s.
American Georgian.
Rococo.
18th century neoclassicism.
Animal print.
A stripe, always a stripe.
Floral.
Gingham.
Animal print.
Animal print.
I'm wearing it. Animal print.
Abstract modern floral.
Gingham.
Stripe.
Stripe.
Animal print.
Stripes.
Stripe.
Gingham.
Floral.
A classic stripe.
Stripes. Personally, a stripe.
Beach.
Mountain.
Mountaintop view for sure.
Beach.
City. Mountains.
The mountains.
Lake.
Mountains.
Definitely the beach.
You'll find me at the lake.
Beach.
City. City.
City, of course. Beach or mountain, definitely. Beach.
Beach.
Beach. The beautiful beaches of New Zealand.
Love a rooftop garden.
I love buildings. Rooftop garden.
Vegetable garden.
Rooftop garden.
Rooftop garden.
English gardens.
Flower garden. Rooftop garden.
English garden.
A rooftop garden in New York City.
English garden.
English garden.
Flower garden.
English garden.
English garden.
Flower garden.
Vegetable garden.
Flower garden.
Vegetable garden.
Porcelain.
Flatware.
Stemware.
Linens.
Stemware.
Stemware. Crystal, please.
Stemware. Filled.
Porcelain.
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 Flatware.
Linens.
Porcelain.
Stemware.
Stemware.
Definitely stemware.
A tie between porcelain and linens.
Linens.
And linens, linens, linens.
Unity.
Do you have a fever?
Resilience.
Outdoors.
Community.
Intention.
Pivot, pivot, pivot.
Gratitude.
Vaccine.
Kindness, please.
Carpe diem. What's the opposite of pivot? Togetherness.
Breathe.
Hope.
Abundance.
Perseverance.
Appreciation. Thrive.
Hope.
My word for 2021 is creativity. And how fun was that to see design friends from across the country, our Luxe community. Tonight, we're celebrating our 2021 Gold List honorees. Congratulations. We're thrilled to have featured your projects in our pages. You gave our readers and design lovers everywhere something beautiful and inspiring. And boy, did we need that in 2020. A big thank you also to our fabulous Gold List sponsors who made this night possible. Now I'm turning over the mic to our own wonderful Kate Kelly-Smith, Executive Vice President and Managing Director of Luxe.
So Pam, you know what my word is for 2021? Community. The Luxe community is like no other. Tonight, we are celebrating 650 design professionals who've been featured across the Luxe Interiors and Design Network, coast to coast. And being featured in the largest design and architecture brand in the country means you are the most talented, most creative, and most successful professionals at work today. And of course, our readership community, the top tier of affluent, design-passionate homeowners nationwide. We're proud to be joined by our sponsors who also believe in the talent and success of our community. A tremendous thank you to our title sponsors, Benjamin Moore and Caesarstone, as well as our presenting sponsors, California Closets, MTech, Frette, Hubbardton Forge, L'Atelier Paris Haute Design, Lutron, Las Vegas Market, the National Kitchen and Bath Association, Stark, and the Shade Store. Please welcome Dan Calkins, Chairman and CEO of Benjamin Moore, and Elizabeth Margulis, Vice President of Marketing and Creative Director of Caesarstone, North America.
It's an honor to congratulate you today. So many talented design professionals, a part of the Luxe Interiors Design 10th Annual Gold List celebration. The 2021 honorees join an esteemed group of distinguished design professionals from across the country whose work is truly best in class. We know our premium paint and colors are featured in many of your projects, and for that, we are truly grateful. A special thanks to Pam Giacarino and Kate Kelly-Smith for including Benjamin Moore in the celebration. And once again, we celebrate you and wish you continued success in 2021. Thank you.
On behalf of Caesarstone, I am happy to congratulate Gold List on its 10th anniversary and the inductees for 2021. We're normally so thrilled to be there in person to recognize the talent and creativity that the list represents. But trust me when I say that this year we're equally happy to congratulate you all virtually.
Let's raise a glass to our 2021 Gold List honorees and to our sponsors. Cheers.
Here we are, Location Luxe. I'm your host, Alan Canas, and here in Season 1, we'll be focused on what we're calling the Great Lifestyle Migration. On each episode, I'll be right here in San Francisco, Silicon Valley. Over the last few decades, we've witnessed a great migration for employment and technology development. As such, the need and demand for homes has been among the highest in the country. These migration choices are giving people an extraordinary opportunity to explore new locations, amenities, and lifestyle options. And that's why we're here. Location Luxe. This week, in this very special pilot episode, I am so pleased to welcome Julie Faupel, direct from Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Julie, thank you so much for joining us today.
It's such a pleasure to be here, Alan. I'm delighted to help you get to know this beautiful destination a little better.
I am so glad that you joined us today. You know what? Julie is going to take us through how Jackson Hole really is more of a destination location. It's a beautiful lifestyle. But before that, Julie, you have to tell the people a little about you and where are you? Because it's gorgeous.
I love it. I love it. Well, I am standing in front of 2,000 acres of conserved ranch land right now. You can see my neighbors, the cows, are right behind me over here. It's an amazing place that I've lived for 18 years, and I think it's the perfect spot to really kick off this amazing series called The Great Lifestyle Migration. You know, when you think about all of the different migrations that are happening right now in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, whether it's elk or moose or bison, you know, the fact that they're moving around to find a different habitat. And it's the same thing that's kind of happening in our real estate landscape. So my husband and I migrated here 18 years ago and started our company 12 years ago. And we've just never looked back. We love this place. And certainly it's not hard to sell real estate here amongst such beauty. You know, I mean, it is still kind of the last of the Old West and this incredible cowboy culture and community.
We're all hearing about Jackson Hole, but tell us, why are we seeing so many people migrate to Jackson Hole?
I think that there's so much that's driving kind of the demand that we're seeing right now. You know, it's a very special place, and you kind of move here because of the outdoors and all of the incredible lifestyle pursuits, whether you're a skier or a hiker or a mountain biker or a fly fisherman. But then you stay because of the incredible community and connection that you share with the individuals that are also residents here. So it is really kind of a balance between the two. And you know, we're seeing more and more people kind of relocating because of, whether it's tax benefit or whether it's because of technology. You know, certainly the fact that people can now telecommute or really zoom in from anywhere. And as we've all really learned this year, you know, it's far less important for us to live where the headquarters are and probably more important for us to live where we love. And so we're seeing more people come in for those reasons. And not to mention, you know, our tax benefits, the fact that we've got no state income tax, no estate tax. We have a 1,000-year dynasty trust, very, very low property taxes. So it's a remarkable place, and certainly it's attracting a lot of attention right now.
One of my favorite stories, and I would love it if you could share this on this segment, share your ice cream story.
I love it. Well, so, you know, it's funny because my husband and I both grew up in the Midwest. We're small town people. And so when we moved to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, we didn't really know what to expect. You know, it's a destination. It's got a lot of people from a lot of different, you know, places in the United States, places in the world. And you know, one of the things that was probably my favorite part about Jackson is that we have a very low crime rate. And so of all of the places that I've lived and all of the real estate that I've sold here, it's actually quite unique if somebody has a house key. And so, for example, I couldn't tell you where keys to my home are. And so we had neighbors that were actually, you know, I mean, obviously we lived in a neighborhood and we were at the end of a cul-de-sac, and we had neighbors that while we were out of town for the weekend, they left us a note that said, "Welcome home, Faupels. The next time you leave, please make sure there's more ice cream in the freezer so that you won't know when we've taken some." And so that's the kind of place that this is. It's very neighborly and it's very, very friendly. And we kind of pride ourselves on that. You know, it is a place where I think because so many people have migrated here from other parts of the world, your friends truly become your family, and it is a tribe, and there is a sense of community that we hold very, very close to our hearts and that we don't ever want to lose.
And Julie, where do you think people are really migrating from?
Well, I think, we're seeing a huge demand from, from Silicon Valley, the Bay Area, Los Angeles, Seattle, Chicago, New York. We have fabulous air service here. And so it's always been, as our air service has grown, we've seen a lot of demand kind of coming from those direct flights. One of the things that we've done as a business community is that we supplement seats on those airlines so that when they're coming in, if they're not full at first, the businesses guarantee those seats so that then it can kind of have a ramp up effect as the demand increases from that urban environment to this destination. So you've got a lot of support from the business community here to really make this a destination that is sustainable kind of long term.
And Julie, can you tell us also a little bit about the architectural styles and about the land and the buildings?
Of course. So one of the things that makes the property value so high in Jackson Hole is the fact that only 3% of our land is actually developable. So, as I mentioned, kind of when we started off this interview, Alan, the land behind me is held in conservation in perpetuity. And so it can never be developed. Those views will never change. And that's kind of the case, in most of the valley. People wanting a little bit more elbow room and people wanting to kind of have their place of the Mountain West, it embodies kind of that desire here in Jackson. Architecturally, we're seeing more people wanting something a little bit more contemporary, but still with some mountain modern aspects. So whether they're using barnwood or moss rock or different things like that, but incorporating it into a much more contemporary design, that's really what where the demand exists today. Now, that being said, we've also got, obviously, log homes were really all of the rage in the 80s and 90s. And so we have a lot of those. And so rehabbing those and bringing elements in that are more kind of not necessarily contemporary, but more soft and warm to kind of warm up those log homes. So whether you've got a beautiful cashmere sofa or Laura Piana drapes, things like that just really make people feel like they're like the house is giving you a hug. When it's this cold outside, do you want the house to give you a hug?
A big hug. Is there anything that you would want to tell somebody that's relocating or thinking about relocating to Jackson Hole?
So I have sold over $2 billion worth of real estate here in this valley, and I've never had somebody say, I never should have bought that house in Jackson Hole. It's not a mistake. And the people that, find their way here, it's a really special group. And it ends up being, so much a legacy of a family or, this kind of moment for somebody. It's the culmination of things. And it's one of the things that I love about real estate out here is that, when you get to acquire a property in Jackson, Wyoming, it is meaningful. It's a spike in time for that family or for that, for a lifetime of hard work or, all sorts of different things. So it's, I would just say that they wouldn't regret it.
What a thrill, Julie. Thanks for joining us on the premiere episode of Season 1 of Location Luxe, The Great Lifestyle Migration.
Thank you, Alan. It is such a pleasure. You are such a professional, and I'm just delighted to have joined you.
We're looking forward to seeing all of you again right here on DesignTV by SANDOW. Julie, thank you again.
Thank you. Take care. Be well.
And you stay warm.